What in the world is happening here? Does at least import anything? Why is it giving me misleading error messages? Please explain, Marcus Brownlee. What is happening here? Why was it giving me error message like that? How's it going, everyone? In this video, I'll teach you how to prepare data in Excel before you import it into Workbench. So the new concepts in this lecture, assuming you already have a third normal form design in your hand, and you already have a schema set up in Workbench. So the third step is to prepare data in Excel and then import it into Workbench. I'll teach you that you will be creating a new sheet for every new table. And then you'll be copy pasting a lot, columns, rows from one sheet to another. If you want to retrieve foreign key values from other sheets, you'll be using this Excel function called XLOOKUP. Also teach you how to remove duplicate values, how to remove blank rows, how to replace values, what to do if you have multiple values in the cell. So for that, you would be using the delimiter function and then merging columns back into one. I'll also show you a couple of tricks with Excel. So for example, command up and down to quickly go from the top of the column to the bottom of the column. So command is for Mac. For Windows, it's going to be control up and down. If you do command shift up and down, it will go to the bottom or the top of the column and also select the entire column. For Windows, it would be control shift up and down. And finally, command or control D, which will apply if you're using the XLOOKUP function in one row, and we want to apply for the rest of the column, then we would be using command shift down and then command D. And for Windows, it would be control instead of command. And then I will also show you how to create sheets for your linking tables. This one is a bit niche, but since we're doing the sound database from class, which has a attribute called duration, and it's formatted a little bit weirdly because in most cases it's formatted as a date time. But what we really want is the duration to be in number of seconds. So I will show you how to convert from a date time value into to a basically integer value, right? Number of seconds. And then after that, we're pretty much done with the data in Excel. So we will be saving each sheet as a CSV file and inside the Workbench. Assume if you already have this schema set up, right? In case you don't know how to create schemas, watch my previous tutorial videos where I show you how to create an entity relationship diagram and then forward engineer into a schema and then export your schema as a SQL file. So once you have all your tables and your database set up, you can import the corresponding sheets from Excel into the tables. Before we start, I want to give a shout out to Marcus Brownlee, who created this amazing background image with his AI app. It's pretty cool. All right, without further ado, let's examine the 3NF design for the Sun database. So you guys probably already seen this before, back in lecture 4, I think. So in lecture 3, we created the dataset, and then we started going through the database design steps. In lecture 4, we finished the design, and this was our final mockup with 12 tables. When we go through all the steps of the data preparation, we will end up with a new sheet for every table. So we're going to end up with 12 sheets because we have 12 tables, right? But one thing to keep in mind, there is a specific order in which you should be creating the sheets and copy pasting information into new sheets. And basically, you want to start with the tables that do not depend on any other tables. Tables that do not have dependency on other tables. So look at this design, right? Let me zoom in a little bit. in this design, which tables are kind of independent from the rest of the tables? Like they're doing their own thing, and if something happens to the other tables, this table will be unaffected. So which tables to you look like um, they don't depend on other tables? So it's going to be countries, albums, genres, producers, platforms, and languages. If something happens to the six tables in the middle, so the four linking tables and songs and artists, let's say someone removed all those tables or someone messed around with the data in those tables. So the song IDs, the artist IDs are all over the place. They need to be reordered, reorganized. But these six tables, countries, albums, genres, producers, platforms, languages, they're kind of doing their own thing. They're unaffected by all these changes. So that's why when it comes to creating new sheets and copy pasting information, I mean, basically that's what we'll be doing 90% of the time. You just copy pasting columns from one sheet to another. Uh, but you want to start with this with the simpler, with the more independent tables. So let's do countries first. I'm gonna name this sheet countries. Oh, by the way, I know we already have the original data in this sheet, but I want to recreate this table in a new sheet just so that we can make changes to that other sheet. But this one will just remain the way it is in its original form. Okay. So well, I'm saying that I'll create a new sheet. Just call it main table. I mean, in the future, it will basically become the songs table because that's the main entity in our design. But for now, I'm just going to keep it as main table. And I will copy paste all the information here. Right here. Okay, now if I make any changes, I don't have to worry about it because I can always just go back and find the original source. Okay, so most of the time I'll be working with the main table and new sheets. Um, so with the main table and countries, let me zoom in a little bit and zoom in here as well. Okay, basically the plan for the countries sheet is so let's say this is the main table, right? It has all of the attributes at the moment. I want to create a country table with all the unique country values and give a unique primary key value for each country. And the country information comes from the songs table. So what I'm going to do is just copy paste the country column into my new sheet. So that's good. Um, and right away we can tell we have to clean up a little bit because there's a lot of repetition here. Also, there's quite a few blank rows. Uh, there's also, we see some countries like the UK, but we also see England for some of them, right? Mm, at least that's how it was in the original data set. Maybe I changed it by accident. Okay, looks like I did change it. Um, so some of the artists in the original data set when we created it in lecture 4, some people put down England instead of UK, but that's okay. Basically, what I did was just replace all England values with UK. Okay, what about India? Okay, India is fine. In the original data set, one of the Indias was lowercase. So you can just manually capitalize it. So two things we can do for this column. Maybe remove the blank rows first, and then step two, remove the duplicate values. So to remove blank rows, I mean, honestly, we could probably do it manually because there's like 3 or 4 of them. But I want to show a way that could scale to any size of the column. So no matter if it's like 10 rows or 1,000 rows. So for this method, you select your entire column, country, and then select filter. And then this new option pops up. Click that. You unselect everything. Scroll down and then select blanks. So all we can see right now is the blank rows in this column, plus all the rest of the blank rows um, below the column. Now, what are we gonna want to do here is to select the blank rows all together and just delete them. So to do that, I'm gonna just press the first cell and then go down to the bottom of the column with Command Shift down, or on Windows it would be Control Shift down. So we're basically at the bottom of the Excel file. Uh, it's okay. Just right click and do delete all the rows. And Excel is gonna tell you, are you crazy? You're trying to delete the entire sheet? Yes. I know what I'm doing. Just let me do it. Press OK. Now, the blank rows from the original column should be gone now. Let's double check. Now you can see that there's no blank option anymore. So those are gone. Select everything again. Ta-da. No more blank rows. Okay. Step two, remove the duplicate values. Um, for that, again, select the entire column. Go to Data tab. It should be right here. Remove duplicates. Just press OK. And if it says some crazy number like 990 duplicate values, I think it's just counting the blank rows as duplicates. That's why it's throwing that number. So, but don't worry about it. Uh, okay. I think this list is pretty good. Actually, we have 2 Nigerias for some reason. So I'm gonna just keep 1, and that should be good. I know, like, seems like we did so much work just to end up with 7 rows. I mean, at least we know that we got the correct country values. All right. So we're done with the country table itself. Now, that means we don't need this country column here anymore, because we can just refer to it with its primary key value or foreign key value. Now, at this point, you will use the XLOOKUP function. So, where's it? So the way XLOOKUP works is this way. Start a new column in your main table. I'm going to call it country ID FK. That'll be my future foreign key column. And then I'm going to do equal sign, X lookup, parentheses. So since we're talking about country, I'm going to look at the country column and pick the first cell. Okay. Comma. So there will be 3 arguments in total. The first cell of the country column in our main table will be the first argument. The second argument, go to countries. Select the entire country column right here, comma. select the entire country ID. So that's where it will retrieve the foreign key value from the country ID column. So three arguments. And then close parentheses, enter, ta-da. This is telling me that this artist or this song was produced by an artist from the country ID one, which is the USA. Now, if I'm lucky enough, I should be able to expand this to other rows. Okay, so this is telling me that Sabrina Carpenter is from the USA. I know that's true. Okay, these are also from USA. This one is the Smiths are from what was the country? Oh, the UK. Okay. So AC/DC is from Australia, I think. Yeah. Okay. Uh, so this person didn't put down their country, but we know. Oh wait, Weekend is from Canada, actually. Do we even have Canada in the database? No, we don't. That's why it's giving me an NA. Let's add that real quick. Canada. All right, there we go. Now it's showing 8 for Canada. Now, if you don't want to just manually drag it down, that's understandable. What you can do instead is just select any other column, it doesn't matter which one, and just go to the bottom of that column. So on Mac, it's Command Shift down. Just keep pressing down until we reach the bottom. Okay, I think that's the bottom. And then go over to the right. Oh, okay, let's do it again. Just click here next to it. Now, Command Shift up, or in Windows, Control Shift up. That will select everything up until the top value. And if you want to fill in the formula for each row, just do Command D or Control D. Ta-da. So again, this person is missing the country. Okay, I think Gigi Paris is from USA. So that should be one. What else is missing? Okay, Chris Brown is from USA. This one. Uh, oh, why is it given an A for Nigeria? Interesting. Because that should be 4. Is this Nigeria spelled differently than this Nigeria? Oh, wait, this one has a tiny thing on top of the G. Oh, okay, let me replace it with. Oh, no, it's the same. Okay, that somehow fixed it. Are we going to see another error? Okay. I don't know what's different. It literally looks the same to me, but anyway. Okay, do I see a 0? Yeah. Who's this? Nipa. Where's Nipa from? Yeah, let me look it up real quick. Where's Nipa from? The artist. So it's a singer. From where? From where? Tell me. R&B. Looks like he's from UK. Okay. Yeah. So don't forget this part. And I should probably add it to my list of concepts. After you've done XLOOKUP, after you remove duplicate values, after you removed blank rows, don't forget to paste the values to get rid of the formula. Because if someone messes with the country table or messes with the main table, then you might get errors in your country ID column. To prevent that from happening, prevent from the values to be affected, just copy your column, go to home, go to the drop-down menu for paste, and then select paste values. Now, these are not the formulas anymore. These are the actual integers now. All right, sweet. We can use this to replace the country table. Sorry, the country column. All right, that was a lot of work for one table. But trust me, you prefer to do it this way rather than do it manually. Like I used to do it manually and it would take me hours just to uh, prepare data for one database. Hours. This right here, hopefully we can finish it in 30 minutes or less, I hope. Um, yeah, let's move on to the next table, albums. I'm gonna start a new sheet, call it albums. You guys already know what to do. Just copy paste the album values right here. There's some blank rows. There's also uh, ones that don't represent an album, but rather say that it's a single without an album. So I'm just gonna get rid of those. Okay. Filter, unselect everything, blanks, delete the blanks. Select everything again. Now I'm gonna delete the duplicate values. And let's just, and just to be super sure, I'm also going to sort it alphabetically just to catch any, maybe some albums were misspelled, so they will show up separately. But if I do it alphabetically, I might be able to catch those. So let's just run through it real quick. Man on the Moon, okay. Good taste. Okay. I think we're good. So that's all of the albums. Add the primary key values. Sweet. Now, repeat the process, but for albums. So call it album ID FK X lookup lookup the cell, the value of the album cell, comma, select this column, comma, select this column, close parentheses, run it. So let's just check real quick. The song Blue by Billie Eilish, which is from the Hit Me Hard and Soft album. This tells me that it has the album ID 17. Let's check if that's true. Yeah, it is true. All right, good. Then we should be safe to just expand this. Oh no. Oh, this one is missing the album. So we could just replace it with 0. Um, but I'm just gonna go down to the bottom of the column. Oh my gosh, okay. Oops. Just select the cell next to it and then select everything until that point, then Command or Control D. Perfect. I'm okay with zeros. But the NAs, yeah, I'm just gonna replace them with 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, I think we're done here. Don't forget to copy and then paste the values. All right, perfect. Now this can replace the album ID, album column. All right, so the table is slowly shrinking down, or not shrinking, the number of columns is the same, but the amount of storage space that's used by this table is getting smaller because we're replacing text string values with numbers. Okay, what's next? What's next? We did that, we did that. Let me just put a check mark next to those tables. Okay, what do we want to do next? Can we do artists? Hmm, I think so, because we have countries. Yeah. Okay, let's try artists. It may or may not be different from the two we've done before. Let's see. Okay, let's copy paste the artist. So, okay, I'm gonna ignore the country ID for now. Just focus on artist ID and artist. So from the main table, I want to select all the artist names. Put it here. You guys already know what to do here. Well, we don't have any blank rows, so that's good. We can skip step 1, but we still need to remove the duplicate values. So that's in data, remove duplicates. I don't know how many that removed, but just to double check, let's sort it alphabetically. All right. Do we have any repeating artists? Okay, Don Tolliver. So I did ask you guys to only put down one artist for each song. So what I'm gonna do is just ignore everything after the first artist. Sorry. But the way we design our database, it only allows one artist per song. But in the future, we probably could change that um, and do like a many-to-many relationship between songs and artists. Uh, sorry, Pink Panthers has to go. This guy needs to go. This person needs to go. Okay, that should be all. So let's remove the duplicates one more time. Why is it so dramatic? Like, oh, we removed 946 values. Like, you didn't. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, wait, I forgot about this one. Sorry. RIP, Mac Miller. Okay. Artist name. Sorry, artist ID. Cool. Okay, here's the thing. Since we did mess around with the artist names, it will make our XLOOKUP impossible because now the artist names don't match anymore, right? Because before it said Chief Keef and Mac Miller. Now it only says Chief Keef. So when it does the comparison between those two columns, it will be looking for Chief Keef and Mac Miller. But it will only find Chief Keef. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna go ahead and uh, I think this is where I will be using the delimiter. Yeah. So to do that, I need to create some space. Just move it a few columns over. We'll bring them back later. Now for this column, I just want to keep the first artist, right? If the cell includes multiple artists, I want to keep the first artist only. I'm gonna select the entire column and then go to data and then choose text to column, select delimited. Um, so I think most people just use commas to separate the artist. So you'll see that after we do this, Kodak Black will show up separately. Odile, Jid, MC, Tuzine, but not Pink Petrus because they instead of a comma they used ampersand. So we'll do that next. For now, let's just do the comma. All right. Yeah. So we also need to separate Mac Miller. Um, text to column, delimited. Instead of comma, I'll be using ampersand. Let's see if that does anything. Yeah. It split Mac Miller and Pink Petrus out. That's good. Oh, here's the tricky part. If I proceed here, it will erase my uh previous values like Kodak Black and the rest. It will replace it with the new column, right? Right, because it will basically overwrite the entire column. I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna cancel it for now and just copy paste this column into here and then make space here. So this is a new empty column now. And my second artists are stored in the third column. Now I can do text to column, delimited, ampersand, finish that. And I expect to see Mac Miller and Pink Petters. Okay. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because the goal here was to remove those extra artists. So yeah, I'm gonna delete these four columns. And here we should just have one artist for each song. Let's just double check real quick. Mhm. Okay, good, good. Just one thing to watch out for is I noticed here the weekend was not capitalized. So to avoid any problem with the XLOOKUP, I will capitalize it. Okay, now we should be able to do the XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP, look at the name, comma, this column, comma, and this column. Press. So is Billie Eilish number 7? Yes, she is. And then is Sabrina Carpenter 46. Okay, let's scroll down. Yes, she is 46. So this seems pretty accurate. Let's just make sure there's not any errors. It's having trouble recognizing Chief Keef. Chief Keef. He's number 9. So what's up with that? I don't know. I'll just replace it with 9. The Seraphim, that's 32. Sometimes you just have to make decision. Do I want to debug my formula all the way through? Um, Same thing in SQL. Do I want to debug my query all the way through? Um, Actually, no, that's not a good example. Forget that. What I was trying to say is, uh, in this case, since I just have to manually change edit to values, I would rather do that than spend time figuring out why Chief Keef is not recognized by this formula. Maybe it's slightly misspelled, but it looks the same to me. Um, all right, sweet. Don't forget to copy and paste the values and then substitute the artist. Cool. The table's shrinking down a little bit every time. Can we do songs now? Oh, wait, we forgot about the country. Well, we didn't forget. We're planning to do artists first and then country. So artists and countries. Okay, seems a little bit tricky because it seems like we'll be comparing um, three tables. Actually, no, we don't need country itself. We just need artist ID and country ID. Oh, okay. So country ID. It will be XLOOKUP. So just look at this artist ID, comma, compare it with this column. So comma, and then this column, close parentheses. So ACDC is from the country number 3, which is Australia. That checks out. Let's try on Ariana Grande. That should be 1. Okay. Noir, also US. Ira Star is from Nigeria. Okay. Bad Bunny, well, he's from Puerto Rico, which is part of the US. So that will say 1. Okay. I think this is accurate. Perfect. So that means we don't need country ID in this table anymore. Uh, yeah, delete that. Sweet. Okay, now we're done with artist table. Perfect. Let me just, oh, I shouldn't have deleted without copy pasting the values first. You see, it's very easy to make this mistake. That's why always copy and paste your values. So this doesn't happen. Okay, now I can delete country ID. This was a foreign key. Okay, now we should be able to do, okay, let's do songs at the end actually. And do, what we can do now is these 4 tables. Let's start with genres. Now the question is, um, we've got all these genres, right? Some of the songs have more than one genre. Okay, hip hop, rap, that's kind of the same. I'm sorry if I'm being ignorant on this, but I think they're Same. I mean, we could definitely uh have hip hop as a genre and rap as a genre. No problem with that. But like R&B and pop, those are definitely two distinct genres. Alternative and indie. I mean, I've seen people use them both together a lot. So at this point, I'm not sure if it's one genre or like two different ones. Um, Country pop, rap, and country. Okay. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna use a delimiter and separate out all the values. So let's make some room. Okay. Now I'm gonna use delimiter. 1 second. Gosh, I think this video is gonna be much longer than 30 minutes. I'm sorry. Okay, delimiter, text to column. Okay, what do we want to separate on? We can do slash, we can do slash. Okay, no one did commas. That's good. So maybe it should be easy. We'll just use slash. Sweet. Are we done here? Looks like it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure about alternative indie. Like I've seen people use it as its own distinct genre, but I'm not a music expert, so I'm sorry if I'm making mistakes with the genre categorizations. Um, okay. Now we have these two columns. This is what I'm going to do. Create a new sheet. Call it genres. Paste these two columns in here. Uh, the data you're pasting is not the same size as your selection. Okay. Why is that a problem? So we definitely see some repetition. Also, we need to have one column, obviously. We cannot be using two columns. So I'm just gonna head copy all these values and paste them under here. Yeah, just let me paste it. Oh, is it because I'm trying to copy the entire column with like the entire Excel column? All right. Okay, let's whoa. Oh, chill. I don't know what just happened. What? I'm not even how does this even happen? I'm not even doing any formulas. What do you mean? Ah, this is truly a facepalm moment. How did I mess up copy pasting? Hold on. I got this. Oh my gosh. What in the world is happening here? Okay, I'm gonna pause the video and return when I figure this out. All right, stay around. Okay, I figured it out. Now let's try to copy paste it, but slowly. Okay, yes. Boom. I'm an Excel expert. Uh, okay, let's remove the blank rows. Yep. Now delete the duplicates. Then just for good measure, sort it alphabetically. Wait, no. Is that? So we already got rap capitalized, so we don't need this one. Afrobeats. Oh, this one is misspelled. So delete that. Alternative hip hop, rock, country, hip hop. Uh, I'm just gonna go with the one with hip hop with the hyphen. Indie folks, indie rock, indie and oh, I didn't separate pop. Okay, we do have pop as a genre, so I'm just gonna basically delete this one because we already have indie, we already have pop, Latin music, merengue, pop rock. Let's capitalize this. R&B, rap, R&B, rock, soul, worship. Okay. Now creating the linking table is going to be a little bit messy. Just stay around. Um, so what we're trying to do is create this song genres table, right? With the primary key from this table and primary key from the main table. So, okay, and we can, do we need to? Okay, fine. Let's just copy paste both genre columns along with song IDs. So on Mac, it's to select multiple columns. It's Command. So while you're pressing Command, you can select multiple columns. In Windows, I assume it's Control. Now, what I'm trying to do here is, again, merge these extra genres into the genre table, genre column, which will make some of the song IDs repeat. And that's fine. You can do that in a linking table. Now, is there an easy way to do this? I'm afraid not. This part you have to do manually, fortunately. So I'll just show you a couple examples and then I'll pause the video and I'll continue when I'm done with this linking table. But what I'm doing here is, like, let's say song ID 12. Which song is that? That's Out of Time by OPN. It's both R&B and pop. So I want to represent that by having two uh entries for that song. One is gonna say it's R&B, the other one's gonna say it's pop. Or let's say for song 13, this one, it's both Latin music and merengue. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. So you get the idea. So I'm gonna do the same thing for the rest of the songs, okay? I'm gonna pause now. Okay, I'm pretty much done here. Um, you can see that some song IDs repeat multiple times because they have multiple genres. Uh, some songs have missing genres. Let's see. 37. What is 37? Residuals. Uh, so no artist information, no genre. Wait, so how am I supposed to know? Unless it's like a very famous song. Oh, it's by Chris Brown. Okay. So let's add that in. And it came out in 2023. I'll just assume it's R&B. So this will be R&B. What is 44? Oh, I just realized 37. Sorry, 37. Yeah. This is not the artist. This is the producer column. So never mind. Let's leave that empty. Um, but the genre was empty. This one, 44, doesn't have any producers and doesn't have genre information, so I'm gonna Google it. It's funk Brasileiro. All right, now everything should be filled in. Now I know that there's a lot of different ways people spelled different genres. So I think the easiest way is just to sort genre column from A to Z, and then just manually fix those misspellings. So alternative is fine, alternative hip hop is fine, this is fine. Let's do it with the hyphen and both hip and hop capitalized just to keep it consistent. Indie folks, that's fine. Pop, pop, pop. Punjabi rap, let's make it capitalized. R&B, rap, rock, soul. I think we should be good. Should be good. Let me just double check. I capitalized Punjabi, but not rap. It's fine. And hip hop, okay. All right, we should be good. Now, this table, basically, I have I already have half of what I need. What I'm missing is the genre IDs, right? But given that we have genre information and we have the genre table right here, we can add the foreign keys. So again, we're going to do XLOOKUP. So we're looking at this genre information, comma, this, comma, and that, parentheses. Press enter. Okay, so alphabet is one. That checks out. Oops. So these ones, alternatives 222. Alternative is 2. Okay. Funk Brazil. Oh, I didn't add it in my list of genres. Let me add that real quick. Make it 22. Perfect. All right. So don't forget to copy and paste. Paste the values. Good. Now replace this. And this is our first linking table. Anyway, you guys get the idea. We created genres first and then some genres, which means in our main table, we don't need genre information anymore. It's stored in other tables. So I can go ahead and actually remove all these extra columns as well. So now actually our table is shrinking. Now we have one fewer column. The more linked tables we add, the fewer columns we're gonna have in our main table. Because once we do song producers, we don't need to keep producer information in a songs table anymore. Same thing with platforms, same thing with languages. So let me do that real quick behind the scenes. I will unpause the video when I have basically all the tables ready except songs. Okay. Um, yeah, this whole thing took me like an hour to finish. But I've got all the tables ready, I'm pretty sure. So languages, the linking table. Oh, I forgot to paste that in. Oh, I probably didn't copy paste them. Yeah. Copy, paste the value. Okay. Uh, Everything else should be good. Yep. Producers, genres. I think, yeah, just one more thing before we start importing. Uh, oh, by the way, since we already have all that information in other tables, we can go ahead and remove these columns. So this and that, and that. Move these over here. I don't know why it didn't let me do that. Okay, let's do it one more time. Are you serious? I'm just trying to copy paste. Why am I failing at this again? Okay. Songs, untitled, artist, foreign key, release year, duration, album ID, foreign key. So one more change I want to do before we start importing. You notice the duration times are kind of formatted in a weird way, like 5:43 a.m., even though it's supposed to mean 5 minutes 43 seconds. So most people use colons, but I know some people use periods. So how do we kind of make everything standardized? Uh, and it's not gonna be very simple. We'll have to do some use some delimiters and then do basically try to keep the minutes and the seconds, but everything else that Excel adds on its own, like the AM part or the 12 part, like that came out of nowhere. Excel just assumed that it was representing a time after midnight. So we need to find a way to remove the unnecessary information, and then convert the minutes and seconds into number of seconds as an integer. So in order to do that, let's just move this over here so we have more space. First, I'm gonna try use a delimiter. Yeah. Um, let's start with colon. Uh, Actually, let's do comma and period. Do we have period option? No, we don't actually. It's okay. So, okay, it looks even more weird now, but trust me, I know where this is. I know how to handle this. Um, so the weird part is that um, this was originally 5:43, 5 minutes 43 seconds. It turned the 5 into January 5th, 1900, and then 43 is on its own, and then the 0, which it was not even there, it turns 0 into midnight. So really weird stuff, but just bear with me. So that's why we see a bunch of zeros. They're actually hiding the values. So this was supposed to be 5. This was supposed to be... Okay, if it's 12, I assume it's not even like part of the value. So this one is just 2:37, 2 minutes 37 seconds. So if I see this, I'm just gonna ignore that. So this was supposed to be 4:55. Okay. 4:57, 5:12. 312. Okay, okay. So let me tell you what I'm planning to do with this. Um, I'm gonna change the format of these values from date to integer. So in order to do that, go to Home tab, click here. I think if I just do number, that should do the trick. Yes, there we go. Now, the 12s mean nothing. They were 0 originally. Literally no information. So don't be confused by that. I'm gonna remove the 12s. Okay, that was all actually. And move these over here. Actually, I'll keep them right there. This could also be changed to number. Oh, it's still keeping them as time values. Interesting. Okay, then let's go back. Okay, so what I noticed here is that other than these five values, I want to say, we could ignore the rest of the column because it's just, again, 12 a.m. means nothing. It's literally just a 0, just a placeholder. So what if I just move over these times and then get rid of this column because it's just placeholders. And then let's see if we can convert these time values into integers. So I'm just gonna select number. No, that looks worse. Okay, given that the rest of the column looks pretty good, it's just, again, these five values that are messing it up. I'm just gonna edit them manually. And I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be like just 5 seconds. Oh my gosh, it keeps doing that. Just let me just let me input 5. Okay, number 5. Thank you. Stop playing with me. Okay, now it should be all numbers now, all integers. Let's just do this so we know for sure. Now, you probably noticed that uh, some of them have 1 or 2 decimal points. We can remove the decimal points by doing this. Ta-da! Okay, now we have, so this column represents the minutes. This is the seconds. Again, the goal here is to calculate the number of seconds. So convert the duration, which was formatted in a weird way, into an integer value that represents the number of seconds. So I'm going to call it duration in sec. And the formula is very easy. It's just the number of minutes times 60 plus seconds. What? Oh my gosh. Thank you. And also don't make it, yeah, just keep it as a whole integer. No decimal points. Okay. So if I go down, oops, and then select the entire column, do Command D, data. This looks perfect. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I know some of the songs don't have duration information. In that case, what can I do? Um, so let's make sure we have this saved and pasted. So copy it and then paste. Uh, and then where was the duration? Oh, it was here. So put it back here. And we can get rid of these 2 columns. And yeah, our main table, the songs table, is ready. It's a little bit out of order. That's fine. We can move things around like this. Let's see if that matches our design. So it's supposed to be release year, duration artist. Release year, duration artist. Okay. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I just want to keep things in order. Okay. Now we've got all of the tables ready to be imported. So before we move over to Workbench, save each sheet as a CSV file. Okay, so file, save as, and I just save it on desktop. Just name it uh, the name of the table, and then select comma separated values CSV. So that'll be our songs. Ignore that. That'll be our songs. This will be song languages, CSV. This will be our languages. You guys get the point, okay? So I'm going to pause the video and do it for the rest of the tables. And I'll come back to you when I have all the CSV files ready. Okay, I have all the CSV files ready. Let's go to Workbench. I have my song database schema open. Again, if you don't know how to create schemas, just watch my previous videos. You have to learn how to use create in a ERD, how to forward engineer it, and then you will end up with an empty database schema, like the one I have right here. So it has all the tables, but no data at all. Now, when it comes to deciding in which order to import the tables, right? Import from Excel. Same idea as when we were creating the sheets in Excel. Start with the outside tables, which don't have any dependency, for the same reason. If you import a table which refers to foreign, which includes foreign key values which refer to some other table, let's say the foreign keys in the song table refer to artists, refer to albums, countries. And if that information is not already in the schema, if it has not been imported into the schema already, it will have a problem with that. So that's why you want to start with the outside tables first, the independent ones, if you want to call it that. So if you look at our design, right here, the independent tables are countries, albums, and these four guys. So let's start with them. Let's do countries first. So to import from Excel, you just do right click on the table, table data import wizard, find the corresponding file. So countries. Okay. Countries. Make sure this says the table you're actually trying to import into. For some reason, for me, always shows albums when I tried doing this previously. So I always have to change it to the appropriate table. So countries, where's the countries? Right here. Next, make sure the columns match. They don't have to match exactly in terms of the spelling. Just make sure they match logically. So country ID should be imported into the country ID column, obviously. And you can see like a small sample. This looks pretty good. Let's check the logs. No errors. That's good. And here we can see that 8 records have been imported. Ta-da. Awesome. Okay, let's do albums next. Import from album CSV file. Next into, oh yeah, this time it's actually correct. Into albums table. Album ID is album ID, album is album. The sample looks good. Show me the logs. No errors, good. 44 records imported. Great. So these are our albums. Let's do genres. Genre from the genre CSV file. Next, into the genre table. Next, the columns oh, there shouldn't be a third column. Let's check what's happening here in the genre table. Do we have a third column somehow? Wait, am I looking correctly? Uh, so the first two match properly. The third one is not supposed to be there. I don't know why. Okay, I just emptied the C column just in case. And let's re-save it. Um, this is the genre, right? Yeah. So why is it saying countries? That's weird. Um, yeah, replace it. Okay. Okay, let's restart this. Import from the genre. So I have just updated it. Has it been updated? I kind of doubt it. Okay, let's just go with it. Into genre table. Ah, there we go. It's still there. Okay, let me pause this and figure out what's going on, and then I'll tell you. Okay, I just re-saved the file uh, on in a desktop, and somehow it removed the third column. I don't know. I wish I could tell more. But anyway, import into genres, the genre. I think I picked the genre CSV. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, is it because I already imported? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I imported in the back behind the scenes. It worked. Uh, I don't know why it worked this time, but let me just remove this first row real quick. Where genre ID is 0. Perfect. Um, let's do songs has genres. So it's the linking table between songs and genres. Mm, songs has genres. Yeah, please excuse the bad grammar. The name was automatically generated by Workbench. Okay, this looks good. Oh my gosh. So how many actually got imported? 0. Yay. Um, okay, let me figure this out and continue the video. Oh, I know why. Because we're missing the song IDs so we basically don't have the song table. That's why. Yeah, silly me. But we do have artists. I'll, wait, we don't have artists? Okay, we just have albums and countries. Okay, let's do artists next. Artists, CSV. Uh, artist table, that looks good. One error. And it's probably because might be referring to a country that does not, it's not included in the table. I don't know. And we'll just ignore it. because we got the rest of the rows imported. Let's see, which one are we missing? I think we still have all of them. Yeah, I don't know what that error message was about. Okay, now we're ready to do songs. Songs, CSV. This is a very annoying visual bug with Workbench. It doesn't let you see the entire list of columns. So I'm just praying that the columns I don't see are perfectly matched. Well, this one is supposed to be artist ID, so uh, the one on the bottom is supposed to be album ID. Okay, let's just hope it works. Incorrect integer value for release here. Release here. Is it thinking that release here is like a number or something? Like, I mean, I know it's a number. Is it defined as an integer or is it as a year or is it as a date type? Let's see. Release year. Yeah, it's the year. So what problem does it have with that? Okay, apparently the problem is with the way the years are formatted here. Sorry, I'm losing my words because this is really dumb. But basically, I know it looks like a year, 2024, 2009, but it's just an integer. An integer is not a date. But then you could tell me, okay, it should be pretty easy to convert from a number, from an integer to a date, right? To a year. Well, this is what I'm trying to do. I, sorry, not that. I was trying to convert to a date, but then it interprets 2024 as March 14th, 2012. How? Don't worry, guys. I found a solution. I'm pretty sure. This is what we can do. Date, select that, and then just make it the first month, the first day of that year. Huh? Oh, sorry, extra column. Sorry, extra comma, I mean. Ta-da! Now this is a date. Just do it January 1st of each year, and you should be golden. So drag it all the way down. Now this is the actual release year. Oops, forgot to copy paste. Silly me. Perfect. Now let's resave this. Okay, import into songs. Okay, artist. All right, let's just pray. Does at least import anything? Oh my gosh. Wait a second. I just decided to check the table to make sure it's actually empty, and it's not. It does have the data. Let's explain. Marcus Brownlee. What is happening here? Why was it giving me error message like that? And it literally told me zero rows imported. Explain. Anyway, I'm doing this for you guys. Okay, now we can do songs as genres. Uh, okay, songs as genres. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to. Did did I stop it? Oh no. Let's redo it. Oh, it's still imported. Why is it giving me misleading error messages? It still imported everything. Bro, okay. Anyway, I think you guys get the idea by now. I've done all the independent tables. I did one of the linking tables. The rest should be pretty easy. Just, I guess I should just ignore all the misleading error messages. All right, I'm gonna pause and finish up the rest of the import, and then I'll show you the last step. Okay, let's just quickly check. Done, done, done. Perfect. All right, we're done with the import. Now we have a complete database schema with data. One last step before we wrap up. Um, Go to server, data export, select the database, select all the columns, and then make sure you click this option. Select this option, include create schema, and then save it somewhere. I'm just gonna save it in desktop. I'm gonna call it um, hello. Okay, 327 songs. Okay, in this one it's spelled uh, single song. So song database with data. Um, so everything is selected, include create schema. Now we are just ready to export. Okay, so I'm gonna open the script from my desktop and see what it looks like. So this is my script. This is why we select include create schema, because it will generate this line for us. Create database if not exists, 327 song database. So if I run it, it should be all good. I just recreated my database and it still has the data. Let's just double check. So if I share this script with you guys and you run it on your in your Workbench, you will have the same database with the same data. So that's pretty cool. Pretty neat, huh? And I think that's all. Oh my gosh. How long is this video? I don't even know. Good luck with your project, with your homework. Bye-bye.